In the last 30 days, we have gotten 1,768 Indeed applications and spent $12,002.21 on Indeed. And this is just what it takes to hire people at scale. It's one thing to bring on your friend, it's one thing to bring on your buddy, to bring them on as an admin or a salesperson. But if you want to scale a company, you have to bring in most likely recruiting. You have to recruit on Indeed or LinkedIn or Monster or in other like career fairs or something like that. And so, how we used to hire is so much different than how we hire now. But I'm going to walk you through the full process of application to starting their first day, and then what it looks like whenever we onboard reps, whether it's sales, service, finance, operations, marketing, whatever it might be. So we have two people in our HR department. Regan does the front end of things, and so we go through those 1,700 applications, and that's within the past 30 days, if I didn't mention it earlier. But she filters through all of those applications, and what we're looking for in that is a real quick glimpse, if I'm being honest with you. But what we're looking for in that is longevity. Can you stick with something whenever maybe it gets difficult, or you don't, maybe one day you don't like going to work, or maybe you had to have a hard conversation, or maybe the results aren't there? We're looking for someone who has stuck with something in their life. Now, not all jobs work out, so maybe they had a patch where they stayed at a company for 6 months, but the company prior to that they stayed with for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So we're looking for some sort of longevity. So if Regan likes what she sees on the resume, she will call them and schedule a 10-minute position overview. This is going to paint the good, the bad, and the ugly about the position, about maybe the requirements we have for activity, what kind of money you can make, what the benefits are, what the downsides, what the upsides are for the position, and what the work looks like. Then if at that point Regan gets a good feel for that person, she will schedule a 30 to 40-minute Zoom interview with my director of HR. His name is Nick. He's done a great job. He's really brought a lot of systems into our business. And that Zoom interview is going to be more question based, but not super sales or department focused. So it's going to be more personality focused. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the questions that we go over in our interviews in the description below. So if you're curious, hey, what questions do you ask? When do you ask them? Why do you ask them? I'm going to put those in the description below so that you can actually see, and hopefully it helps. But overall, in that 30-minute interview, we're looking for a personality. And in between those times, one thing we did not mention is we are getting a DISC assessment on these people. We don't necessarily hire based off how those results come back, but we want to know, hey, does this personality type work here? Does this personality type work in this department or this role or whatever it might be? And so we want to know that. And at the end of the year, we look back and we say, okay, this type of personality, it worked well, this type it didn't. So therefore we can learn and evolve as the company gets bigger. And basically at the end of the day, hire smarter. That is the biggest thing, is you're never, no matter how many people you've hired, you're always going to make bad decisions or it's not going to work out. But if we can take data that we've learned and we can make better decisions moving forward, that is how you progress as a company. As long as you continue to push. Again, the worst thing you can do is take data and do nothing, or take data and make the same decisions that you made that were bad and do it over and over and over again. You have to take data and make better decisions moving forward. And that's your evolution as a business leader, as a business owner. You have to make those changes. So in that 30-minute Zoom, if Nick likes them, and he gets a lot of feedback from our sales management team of like, this person worked out, this person didn't, this person with this background, maybe we had this problem with them, or it did work out and they were great and awesome. And so it's a constant feedback loop between departments of sales, service, operations, marketing, finance, whatever it might be, a feedback loop between those so that we can continue to hire better. So then if Nick likes that person, basically they schedule an in-office interview with two people within that management structure. So if it's sales, they're with the sales director and a team lead. If it's service, they're with maybe a director of operations and the team lead within that department. Nowadays, if it's finance, if it's marketing, that's more of my role, and I'm doing those one-on-one interviews with that person. But overall, that's, again, that's how you filter from, say, 1,800 applications a month down to it. Now, within the actual in-person interview, that interview is probably going to be between 35 and 60 minutes long, and we are going into sales specific questions. We're doing a lot of scenarios. We're asking, if this happens, what would you say? If this happens, tell me about a time where you struggled. How did you get out of it? And we kind of grill. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not an easy interview. because again, we started our sales team at 60,000 base plus commission plus after 90 days paid for health insurance. So we need really good ones, and we expect a lot out of our team. But in turn, if they do well here, they make good money, they have good benefits, they can go on incentive trips, all the different things. So those are situation-based questions. Again, I'm going to link all this stuff in the description so you can actually take what we've done. But overall, that's, again, how we've gone from 1,800. And if you ask me how many we hired last month, we hired 5. So a lot of people are like, man, I'm running Indeed ads. Like this, I got 50 applicants and none of them are good. It's like you need to turn the lever up. You need to get more applicants. You need to go through more people to find the good ones. And we don't hire just to hit numbers. We hire to increase the standard of our company. So I get questions about this all the time of how do you hire? What do you look for? It's like, first of all, you need to do something. You need to go do interviews. You need to learn. You need to get feedback. You need to see the way this person answered this question. How did it actually work out whenever they started? Okay. So once we hire them, we have a week and a half long classroom style, coaching / onboarding, and that's with HR, it's with operations. They're getting their logins to their computers, they're getting their logins to Sunfire and our CRM and the different carrier portals. And then usually a lot of our agents are making sales within 8 to 10 days of starting. And so whenever you're looking at a company and you want to be profitable, how quickly you can get someone who's not generating revenue to start generating revenue has a lot with how quickly you can scale. This is a marketing thing. This is a people capital thing. But if you can take someone who's never sold insurance before, and within, we'll just call it 8 to 10 business days, they are now making sales, you can scale so much faster. So overall, this is how we hire. Again, I'm going to link those in the documents below. Hopefully it helps. And we also have a school group. If you want to join that, I post, stuff about business and sales and marketing and all the different things. And hopefully it helps. Reach out to me if you need help with any of this. And peace.